Hey, what's up everybody? I'm back again with another video. And last time we talked about, I dropped a review on TL. Uh, Basically talked about the positives for the most part, because I really enjoy the game. I don't have much negative to say about it. However, today, I'll try to go over some things that bother a lot of people, some things that are my personal issues with the game, but they're not too much of an issue for me. However, let's start with the biggest problem right now. I think everybody agrees, and the biggest problem of TL are bots. So pretty much on any spots in the game, with a good density of mobs, you'll find a lot of bots. They can be from one guild, from different guilds, but it's a lot of them, They just it's like people even say there's more bots than mobs in certain zones, and it's very true. Unfortunately, they can farm loot, they can sell it on auction house. However, I've seen, my friend showed me, the GMs, even if they don't ban bots, they very often flag them. I guess once people report them or something like that, but they flag them and those bots are not able to trade on the auction house. I guess until like they pass the verification or like GMs manually check them, they either get banned or I'm not sure. But once the characters are flagged, they cannot trade on the auction house. And my friend showed me that. I don't know, I don't know how many of them get flagged. Maybe people just boost characters and then sell them. I'm not sure. But, it's just annoying to see a lot of people running on auto things. At the end of the day, and at the end of the day, you want everybody to be fair, if you want to farm, you farm with your hands and that's why a lot of Korean MMORPGs added the auto hunting features in their game. Even on some PC MMORPGs, it's not just a mobile feature. Like Lineage 2 now has auto farm as well because I guess that was their solution to fight the bots. Let's just legalize it and make everybody use bots. But everybody else who actually likes to play the game, yeah, we hate the bots, we hate this thing, and ever since Lineage 2 that came out in 2002, also an NCSoft game, there have always been bots. Here on the video you see, that's Lineage 2. You see the full bot train with support, everything, and just run around grinding stuff. So, you know, TL is not different. I feel like any popular MMORPG that has a high demand, for gold, for items, if people play in it, it's new especially, there's always going to be bots. Like, think about Arcade when it came out, think about Lost Ark, and I'll just tell you, just keep playing, guys. Don't make, if you like the game, keep playing. Don't make the bots be a reason why you quit the game. Simply because, from my personal experience, I used to play Arcade before, and when it just first started, I think on the Russian servers, they happened before NA. Yeah, basically, there was so many bots and hackers, to the point that I was like, kind of like desperate. I was like, I'm quitting. I'm tired of seeing bots farming everywhere. They farm probably more than I do because they online 24/7. But after I quit, maybe within 1 or 2 months, GMs it was like a lot of ban waves. Everybody got banned. A lot of stuff got fixed, and I felt bad because many people kept playing. And when I came back in the game and people were actually enjoying it a lot, I felt like I was far behind in the items and gear. So yeah, just don't let the bots be the reason why you quit the game, because sooner or later, everybody gonna get banned and stuff like that. Maybe a few people, will get away, but in reality, it won't affect you much. It does affect the economy, it drops prices for a lot of things because there's gonna be a lot more stuff on the auction house with all these bots farming 24/7. But then again, if they get flagged and they can't trade, you're not, yeah, it doesn't hurt you much. So hopefully, they'll find a solution. I'm sure there'll always be bots, they can't fix it forever. People always hack and make like new ways of crack protection and stuff like that. So yeah, just something you have to always deal with in MMORPGs, especially the popular ones. And you can use the bots to do your contract quests. You can tag the mobs, the bots finish them off, and you finish the contract quest easy. So just try to find positives in everything, I guess. Uh, yeah, and let's since we started talking about the bots farming and selling stuff, let's talk about the trade system in TL and how trading works. So basically, there's no personal trading in the game. There's no player-to-player trade. Not sure if it's good or bad. From like one point, it kills one of the social aspects. Even like let's say you're in a dungeon, somebody ran out of stellarites or like potions or something. You can't trade them. They have to go to town. Takes more time, stuff like that. Yeah, trading is always in every game, so I'm not sure, I'm not sure how it's gonna play out here in the long run. Maybe they'll change the systems. But as for now, you can only trade on the auction house. And there's another catch. The auction house currency that is used on the auction house is not gold. The currency that you use on auction house is actually Lucent, is the currency that you buy with your real money. But, don't rush with closing the video and screaming pay to win. Keep listening. We'll get to the pay to win part. As for now, I just want to explain how the trading on the auction house works. And so basically, you also cannot trade every single item. You cannot trade the resources, they're used for crafting and stuff. So the only items you can trade are the drops from open world and open world dungeons in form of stones that you trade for enchants and skill books, and recipes and gear. So if you get a loot that is like a full piece of gear, and the rest you'll see it'll be a different frame on the icon, and those can be traded on the auction house. Like for example, here in the open world dungeon, you see I got the stone. The stone is used to trade for an enchant for your gear. You can sell those on auction. Here in the instance dungeon, hold on. In the instance dungeon, you see um, at the end there's a chest, right? And you can get a random reward. So you see on the stones, there's a different frame around the stone. So those you can sell on auction house. As far as gear, you cannot put it on auction house, from the dungeon, or if you craft the gear, unless it's a great success craft, but we'll get to that later. So basically what you do with the gear that you cannot put on the auction house, you can extract the trait. You can extract the trait. Here you see like weaken chance, skill boost, or skill damage resistance. So yeah, if you have a nice trait on your weapon or your armor or your jewelry, you can extract it. You just buy some potions at the NPC, they're not expensive. You extract the trait and you put it on the auction house and you get your lucent. Um, yeah, also like with gear craft, if you craft, there's a 10% chance to great success. And if you great succeed, you can trade that item on the auction house as well. Yeah, so see, here's my trade history. Um, right away, I'm gonna tell you guys I have not been playing on this server a lot. I started like a month ago on January 10th, and ever since I came on this server, I've been playing solo only and very casual. It's very rare I'm in a group unless I'm in a dungeon. I don't really grind mobs like that. Like, I just, I'll be testing builds, and thinking what I want to do on NA once the servers start. But yeah, like, I didn't bother, let's say, like, grind and loot heavy, and selling. And still in a month, I made like 5,200 lucent, which in dollars, it's like a little bit over $100, So, for example, my friend on another server, when we were playing in a group, in a month he farmed around 30,000 lucent. Like, roughly one lucent is 48. 48. No, no, wait, 48. Oh, $1. My bad, guys. $1 is 48 lucent. Yeah, I wrote it down, but now I'm just looking at the numbers. I'm tripping. Yeah, roughly $1 is 48 lucent. So you can do the math. Uh, let's say like some of the best pieces of gear on the auction house right now cost about like 20 to 30,000 lucent plus, but those are not enchanted without traits, just raw items. So you'll still need to work to get more. Like getting full gear just, by donating is a lot of money, but we'll get to that still. Uh, but yeah, everything is possible if you play the game. But as far as the auction house, that's how it worked. I think I explained everything. So it's up to you, whether you like it or not. No personal trade or trade, auction house for separate gear, I mean separate currency. So you make your own decision. Albion Online, I think Albion Online works kind of like the same way, sort of. You just probably can sell more stuff on the auction house. And let's move on to crafting. And crafting in this game is very basic. So if you are a hardcore crafter, you're into crafting, sorry, you will be disappointed. However, I think they're gonna change it later. As far as right now, all you need to craft is a recipe, a couple of resources, and crystals that you can obtain via contract quests or just loot from monsters. So like bothering with crafting, there's nothing to bother with. It's very simple. It's very easy to get all the resources. The biggest problem is probably to get the recipe, because a lot of recipes you need to get as a loot from monsters, because instance dungeons don't drop good purple recipes. So yeah, and compared to other games, the crafting is very, very, very basic. There's no crafting experience. You can craft anything you want on any level as long as you have enough resources and recipes. So yeah, like I don't know if it's a good thing or not. If you're somebody who's just into PvP and doesn't like to, bother gathering and running around, fishing and all this stuff, there's no fishing in the game. But I'm just saying, if you're not like a heavy collector, a heavy resource grinder, uh, you probably won't care about this. But if you're somebody who's into like those RPGs, with complex crafting, leveling different professions, sorry to disappoint you, you'll have to wait until they change the system, which I think is gonna happen. It's just since they probably were thinking this game will be like a mobile game at first, they haven't done much to the crafting system. But yeah, as far as right now, there's no professions. You can craft whatever you want as long as you have the needed resources. Yeah, and yeah, the great success chance. So basically, every item you craft has a 10% of great success chance, and if you great success, you can put it on the auction house. Just a reminder. So, and here you can see it's a screenshot from Lineage 2 again, another NCSoft game that was made in like 2002, I believe. And forever, and I forgot what year. But nevertheless, see here is like the craft of boots, and this is not even top boots. And you see how many resources you need? You need the recipe, and the recipe is 60% chance, so you have 40% chance to fail. So you'll have to gather all of this again and go try it again. And some of these mats also craftable from other resources. So craft was very complex. So like for example, for some of these resources, you needed three other type of resources just to make that one. So it was very complex. That game had like a separate class. There was a crafting class. Only they could register recipes, above certain level to have them. And some classes were like had skills basically to acquire mats from mobs, faster than just regular loot. It was way more complex, and it created like a different type of economy on the servers, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. I think they gotta rework their crafting system and stuff like that. So next up, since we already talked about crafting, I'm just gonna mention the gathering. So if you like New World, for its gathering system, all the sounds and all the types of gathering that you could do, sorry to tell you, TL is probably the most basic game with this thing, is the craft and gathering. Uh, as here you don't need no pickaxe, no nothing to gather, all you need is to just run up to the resource and collect it, which is gonna happen within 3 seconds. And there's only three types of resources you could gather. There's a moonstones, it's like basically like iron ore type stuff in other games and stuff like veins in other games. Then you have tree logs and you have herbs. So, and you don't need no items to collect them neither. There's no progression, it doesn't level up your passives, there's no way to gather mats faster, there's no fire more mats, if you like level up your gathering. Everything is pure random, RNG, your luck, and not a big variety, there's no fishing, none of that. So, it's up to you, like, to make a decision. If you're somebody who's very hardcore into that, then I'm sorry to tell you, you're just gonna have to wait until they rework all that. If you're a PvP player, or just a PvE player who doesn't care about gathering resources, then, it doesn't really bother you neither. So, just make your own decision about this part. I don't know. Uh, and moving on to pay to win stuff. See the cash shop. Cash shop is basic. The most pay to win thing is a battle pass. It will help a little bit, for those who like right now, as I'm playing only like few hours a day. I'd say a battle pass would be very helpful, with the upgrading resources and stuff and a nice skin at the end. But if you play every day, you play in the group, like you're not gonna miss nothing. When the game first came out, when I was playing on another server running in the group, I did not spend nothing and did not buy a battle pass, and also I didn't feel like I was missing on anything, because I was getting my drops, getting my resources in the group, farming fast. so I didn't feel left behind. But if you play solo, Battle Pass for sure, I think is a must. It will help you, like, to progress a little faster. Other than that, all you see is skins, like your Amitoy skins. It's like your pet, your transform skins, but they don't do nothing. They just basically it's all for fashion, for the looks. You get some buffs, but you can craft those easy. I would never spend no loot on those potions, all that. You can get it within the game easy. So the most pay to win aspect is the auction house. It means like you can buy anything you want if you donate a lot of money. But then again, $1 only gets you 48 lucent. You know, top weapon right now on the auction house is about priced at like 20 to 30,000 lucent, and that's just raw weapon. Traits, no nothing, and you still gotta level it up like enchanted. So it's a lot of money you have to spend, for full gear. Definitely not like New World, where you spend dollars and you get everything. So considering how many people play on your server, like I don't think even like 20% of people will be pay to win to the fullest, where they get like all the items and everything. And trust me, like if you play the game actively, especially if you got guild, yeah, you'll get it all. Trust me. All you gotta do is just keep playing. See here, you can see like some prices, like some crazy daggers priced at 80,000, guys. 80,000 lucent is a little bit less than $2,000. That's what I'm saying, So you see, Albion has a similar auction house. A lot of people uh, still play Albion, like this huge part. So TL won't be any different, Still play. The pay to win here is way less than BDO, It's not like you need to buy a premium every month. It's not like you have to buy like I don't know, like some buffs, like tents, so you could use buffs outside every like whatever. 3 types of subscriptions, for different bonuses. Like none of that, guys. So, as long as you play, it's like either you play and you acquire stuff. Yes, it might take you a little longer, but you will still get there. So all that pay to win is out of the window for me. If I play the game, I already know, like even by playing very little, I can catch up because the updates on the armors and weapons, they're not too often. So a couple of months will get you wherever you need to be at, even if you're playing very little. It's all about patience, guys. Everything in life is about patience and just being consistent. Even if you can't be online for 10 hours a day, 2 hours a day, consistent will beat somebody who's gonna play for 10 hours for like 2 weeks and then burn out and stop playing. So it's up to y'all. Remember, you gotta balance it out, life and the game. Out. Uh, and the next thing, I think is the last thing I want to go over, and it's my personal issue with this game. I wish I could talk to NCSoft representatives. Somebody write them a letter for me or plug me in. Guys, I would like to talk about the daggers, like the assassin class. I don't know what happened, but this is the first MMORPG where there's no backstabs. There's no such thing as being an assassin and dealing more damage in the back. And every game, like most of the games, I like to play rogue classes, and that's the reason why on the start I went archer here, because first I made the rogue. Like, whoa, there's not a single backstab. There's no damage multiplier when I go. Like, what's the point of shadow stepping? What's the point of like, I don't know, being invisible, running to somebody's back and critting them with crazy backstab? Like, what's the point of playing rogue if you don't have that? I see, you can hear. You can see here some tests. Even though it's auto attack, same damage, but trust me, skills do the same. Even if you go to like the description of rogue skills, there's nothing about backstab passives, weapon mastery. Like here you see the dagger weapon mastery. So in assassination, it's all critical damage. There's nothing, no backstabs, nothing like that. And I think like that's a very big issue for those who like to play rogue classes. That's my personal issue with the game, because I want to play a rogue and I want to have backstabs. I want to have damage multiplier when I'm hitting somebody in the back. That's what makes this class a little bit more complex, and harder. Having to like maneuver, not just spam your skills and like face tanking and spamming skills. See, like this should be a backstab. I think this skill instead of hitting somebody more when somebody's health is 50% or less, this should be critical damage 40% up when you hit somebody in the back. That's what I feel. They completely should rework the skill for the daggers. Yeah, it's kind of sad, man. See, the passives too, they all just give critical damage, stuff like that. Poison, like, why do we have more damage to poison but no backstabs? Like, makes no sense. Rework the daggers, please. We need that. Yeah, so that's kind of weird. And just more weapons in general. I think they will come with the time. I think we need a summoner weapon because I have a lot of friends from Lineage 2 who like to play summoner classes. I think we definitely need a summoner weapon, to have different pets. I have a summoner class. I think we need two swords, to have idea, or two swords for sure. We need a pole arm. I think we need a single dagger too, because you see, like, these dual daggers, it feels like you're just spamming everything in the face tank, and it doesn't feel like an assassin. I think we really need a single dagger with the backstab, passives, and actives, and that will be like a true assassin class. Yeah, that's pretty much, maybe, whatever else weapons you can think of, drop them in the comments. Put some likes and dislikes, guys. I think I'm gonna start going over patch notes every week in different videos. Gonna drop more content. If you got any suggestions, drop the comments. Let me know. Let me know what I need to work on. What to fix. I appreciate all the feedbacks. I already got more than 100 subs. Thank you, guys. Yeah, just keep doing what y'all do. Keep watching, liking, disliking, comment. Appreciate you guys. I'm very thankful. Hopefully, we get to grow a little better. Hopefully, PL will come with a bang and chilling. But thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Sub, like, dislike, comment. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.